You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly show for video games, movies, TV shows, comics, tech news, and more. Now your hosts, Cody Pennick, Samantha Cross, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show that's one infinity gem short of a full set. I'm Cody.
I'm Sam.
I'm Josh.
Hey everybody, thank you all for tuning in. We have a great show for you this week. A bunch of news, but first let's get into some things we've been checking out.
Hi, I'm back.
Check it out. Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
Josh is back.
I'm not sick or dead or haven't seen a movie.
Hey Josh, how was Avengers?
Man, that was a ride.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
That was definitely a ride. I felt a little bad though because I was spoiled on. I don't know how deep did you guys get in this spoilers?
We went
Okay.
way deep into the paint on it.
I was a little sad because I got pretty spoiled on the fact that Spider-Man, got dusted.
Oh, that was the worst part of the movie.
It was, yeah. It was rough.
I guess he ad-libbed that,
Yeah, I read
Oh, he did?
that. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
he ad-libbed that himself.
and
That's cool.
and Batista ad-libbed the "Why Gamora."
Yeah,
I'll raise you one more. Why, Gamora?
yeah, that was good.
The movie was good, and sometimes the humor kind of butted heads with the seriousness. But I guess in the Marvel movies you kind of have to do that.
Yeah, that's how the Marvel movies go.
No, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait for the next one and figure out, well, obviously they're going to retcon some stuff because
They have to.
Yeah.
lots of those characters already have sequels announced.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, I really liked it. For a 2-hour and 25-minute long movie, it didn't feel that long. There was just always constantly something going on.
Yeah.
And that's one of the strong points of these Marvel films. Like, they always are moving. Just constantly moving. And they kind of had to, with the amount of plot that they had to blow through with this one. They could not take a break.
Also, man, they made Thanos a compelling villain.
They sure did.
And he actually gave him some depth and emotion and growth?
Yeah, the villains have only been getting better with each passing Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Agreed. Well, maybe not Mads Mikkelsen.
He was pretty boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just kind of there.
Yeah.
Well, Doctor Strange was almost
A throwback to the early...
throwback to the early Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of had a moment when Peter Dinklage popped up as a 12-foot dwarf.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I was like, oh, hey, I didn't even know you were in this movie.
No one did. It was a total surprise for the most part.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was good.
Good.
Anyway, great movie. I really enjoyed it.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it.
Let's see, what else have I done? I watched Batman Ninja.
Okay, was it good?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Man, that thing jumps so many sharks. It is a weird movie to watch.
Huh.
Huh.
It starts off in modern Gotham and ends up in feudal Warring States era Japan.
Huh.
Time travel?
Yes,
Okay.
because Gorilla Grodd built a machine.
So the Batman that's in Batman Ninja
Is
is
Batman.
actual Batman.
Yes,
And not some guy who is just
a
feudal.
a feudal Batman.
A
yeah.
Batman. That, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, and also there's this big because to the point where Alfred was sitting in the Batmobile outside of the big fight with the villains, and that's how he got transported to the past too. And the fact that the Batmobile ended up in feudal Japan too.
Wow, that's about as anachronistic as
It gets
the
better.
car in...
It gets better.
Um,
So the villains in the movie are Joker, Harley Quinn, Gorilla Grodd, Deathstroke, Penguin, Two-Face, Poison
Jeez.
Ivy.
It's the most ambitious crossover event of all time.
Oh, and they all separate out and become feudal lords of their own areas and build these transforming robot castles
That's pretty cool.
okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that
that's
all
rad.
combine into one giant robot castle.
Yeah, okay, that's awesome.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. Also, I was going to say the car in Army of Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
That was the finish of that thought that I was going to have. But
Yeah.
continue.
But man, it is kind of nuts. It is a nuts movie, and they do this weird thing where they kind of mix CG and traditional animation,
Okay.
and I can't tell if it's the dubbing because it was done by an anime studios and they didn't quite get the mouths right. I don't know. Everything just seemed weird to me.
It reminds me of Mystical Ninja Goemon. With
Yeah.
the castle transforming castles and giant robots in feudal Japan.
Yeah. God, I almost forgot about that show. It's I wouldn't say it's a bad movie. It's just a really weird movie.
Well, I'm willing to give that a shot.
I mean,
It
you
sounds
said
cool.
giant fighting robot, and so I'm in.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then Gorilla Grodd summons an army of monkeys
Nice.
Cool.
wearing samurai armor.
Better.
This
Listen,
keeps sounding better.
I mean, the words you're saying, like the sentiment you're giving off is like, it's okay. But the words you're saying makes it sound like the best movie ever made.
I mean, it's no Buckaroo Banzai.
Well, that's true. Not many films are.
But no, it's all right.
it sounds better than the last couple of Batman animated movies.
I
did.
didn't watch the Suicide Squad one. What was the one before that? Oh, I liked Gotham by Gaslight.
I need to watch that one too.
I mean, it was really good. Let's see, what else did I do other than play lots of God of War?
Which I did too. We could talk a little bit about God of War.
Yeah, talk a little bit about
It's
that.
so good. It's amazingly good.
Cool.
Everything you've heard about it being good is true.
Oh yeah, like the paradigm shift from the old series to this one is it's so good.
Yeah, I've never really cared about the franchise at all, but this one changed that.
Oh yeah, and just everything about it was like a little like you still have like hyper violence fighting action game, with combos and stuff, but
You're still ripping monsters in half with your bare hands.
yeah.
But it's so much more thoughtful. They actually thought about what they were doing.
Also, the story is really good, and there's a lot of character growth for a lot of characters in the game.
Yeah, character growth was definitely not a concern with any of the other ones.
No, from what I understand, no.
The other one was just
Kratos is angry, so we're going to murder a whole
smash
mythological
bigger
pantheon.
and bigger gods every game.
But the music's really good, and just the scenery, everything just flows so well together.
The camera work is really cool.
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's all one continuous shot.
That's cool. That's cool that they're able to do that.
Yeah, it never cuts away.
Really?
It's always one camera moving around.
Huh. No, that's impressive.
Also, Dark Elves are jerks. I hate them so much.
They look like bug people.
Yeah, they're the worst. I hate fighting them so much.
Like when you fight that other god at the beginning, who's only referred to as the stranger. The camera work during that fight.
Oh
is
yeah,
incredible.
it was very cinematic. I mean, I knew who he was like mid-fight just from the things he said.
Well, I didn't, but
I like
they've
Norse
told me.
mythology.
Yeah,
Um,
I love the Witch of the Woods. She's really cool.
mhm.
I wish Kratos would hug his son.
There are lots of times where he sits there and he Atreus is all like sad and stuff. He goes to put his hand out and then he just kind of pulls it away.
Yeah, and he doesn't do it. And it's like hug your son. It's like he doesn't know how to do hug.
I mean, you got to think the last time he hugged a kid, his blades were through its chest, and he's wearing their ashes on his skin.
He doesn't know how to do the hug. If he had a phone, he'd be Googling how to use arms for not killing. Or strange urge to crush son, but only lightly.
Oh man, it's such a good game though.
It is.
And there's so much stuff to do. Like I've been like pretty much pausing the main campaign just to do side quests.
You go. They like the loot system and equipment stuff is cool and adds a lot of depth that the other games didn't have.
Yeah. Of course, the best armor in the game is in like the worst place ever. I hate it so much. Such an awful place. Because it slowly kills you the entire time you're there.
Oh, great fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Remember that Dante's Inferno game?
You mean, yeah, that other God of War knockoff?
Yeah, it was kind of like that game, except that game was really stupid, but in a fun way.
Yeah.
It went and it's a B game. It's like a true B video game, and it like the original
with lots of nudity.
Yeah, the original God of War still took itself seriously, even though it was kind of dumb.
Also, you could beat it in one sitting.
Yeah. Also, but Dante's Inferno is kind of just full dumb.
Yeah.
And it kind of works for it.
Yeah. I'm glad they never made any more of those.
Yeah. It was just a one-time out.
They also made an animated movie for it. So bad. Anyway.
At the end, you fight Satan, and his junk's flopping around, and it's hilarious looking.
Cool.
Anyway, God of War, fantastic. They took all the bad tropes from God of War games and just threw them out the window, like sex mini games and stupid crap like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, Kratos is so old and surly, and I love it. He's so grumpy all the time. Most of his responses are,
And he's got a good beard, not that bad beard he used to have.
"Oh, that stupid little goatee he used to
Yeah.
wear."
Yeah, the chin strap kind of thing.
Yeah,
Kind of, sort of.
It looks real dumb now.
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, let's see here. What else have I been doing?
Didn't you have to like call Sony or something, and like Kratos was the voice of the?
Oh, there was a number hidden in one of the God of War games that you could call, and you get a message from Kratos.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was in the first one
on the phone.
Yeah, that was in the first one. It was in like the book of the first game. Also, the really stupid outfits you could get for unlocking when you played like through like God mode and stuff, like Lawyer of War, and you're like a suit with 2 briefcases, and like Cow of War. It was so stupid. That was ridiculous. Let's see. What else? Oh, I've been playing lots of Fortnite
Okay.
because I downloaded it on my PlayStation 4 because I don't know, it's free. Whatever.
Yeah. I
Hey,
mean,
free.
Why not?
Why not?
And I've been playing through the Infinity Gauntlet mode they have for the Avengers
Well, sure, like you do.
tie-in.
Yeah.
Which that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it really
kinda
did.
It
It really did. I feel like everyone who's playing Thanos is this really bad because I kill them very easily and then I take the gauntlet.
Well, it's because they're probably an 8-year-old.
Yeah, sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
Also, it's been a long time since I played Fortnite because I was playing on PC. It is way easier to get good guns. Like, there are, like, golden chests everywhere.
Is Fortnite the new Minecraft?
Nah, I wouldn't
Maybe.
say so.
Maybe. I would say if it sticks around another 6 months,
Yeah.
if it's still as popular in 6 months, I would say maybe. I would say definitely.
It's hot with the teens right now. It'll trickle down to
is.
the kids.
Yeah. And there's a lot of Twitchers and YouTubers that are now making a lot of money off of playing Fortnite.
Yeah.
So, yeah. While you're thinking, I have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have one thing I could check out real quick. You mentioned earlier Dante's Inferno, how it's just dumb. It's just the dumbest. Well, I watched a movie. I paid money to see a movie
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
here
I
we
this
go.
past
remember you
week.
talking
That
about
is
this.
that is just dumb. So I went and saw Rampage, the movie based off of the old arcade video game Rampage. You know, starring The Rock.
He was my favorite character in the game.
Yeah, The Rock was. Yeah. So that movie's dumb. Listen,
But, like, not, like, dumb in a good way.
listen, it's frustrating in how close to like legitimately like stupid fun it was. Like the action scenes were like excellent. Like when they were destroying Chicago, it was very cool. When you had the giant ape punch the giant wolf with bat wings under its arms, and also the thing that looked a lot like a crocodile but also Gamera.
Was it the teeth? Was it the teeth that gave it kind of a Gamera look?
No, it was the turtle shell that the crocodile had.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
Oh, just like Lizzie from the game.
just like it. Well, the only creature that got a name was George the ape. But the action scenes were great. The story was just bare bones enough that with the right dialogue attached to it, it could have just been like high up there on just the stupid meter. But the dialogue was just so generic. Like cookie cutter, like,
Oh.
you know, explaining, I'm going to go to this place and do this thing. Now let's go to this place and do this thing. Like, you could it telegraphed the twists and turns so far in advance, and like lines were said by people that it could have been read by anyone. Like, just boring dialogue slotted within like this really kind of stupid CG schlock, like the definition of schlock film.
That could have been fun if they wouldn't have dropped the ball on the dialogue.
Yeah, it
sounds
could have been
like.
fun if they had a writer that took one pass at it and said, listen, this is stupid. Let's just go all out. Jeffrey D. Morgan was really the only actor in the whole film that like tried to do anything with this character. And I can see why, because if you take away all the really crazy over the top Southern like drawl that he gave to his character, And I'm not talking like, he's like a Southern military guy with a little bit of a country twang to his voice. He is like full blown, I'm going to go down to the racetrack and get myself a mint julep. And then we're going to go fight some giant monsters, sir. Like full blown, like plantation owner style country accent. Like if you took that away, his dialogue would be like, now The Rock, we know that you know the giant gorilla. Can you go try to save Chicago from the giant monsters? Literally, that is it.
I work for the government.
I'm government man. Go save the world, The Rock, Mr. The Rock.
Mr. The Rock Johnson.
Mr. Rock the Dwayne Johnson, can you go save Chicago from giant monsters?
Oh no, we thought there was only one giant monster, but now there appears to be two other giant monsters also.
Actually, there is kind of that twist that they poorly telegraph, because they're tracking two of the monsters, and then all of a sudden there's like some movement in the water, and oh no, third monster. Surprise!
We were not tracking the water, but there was one in the water.
That's kind of it, yeah. And the reason they're attacking Chicago, so the company that created the mutagen, basically, it's basically like a gaseous form of the TMNT mutagen.
Babies. You gave me babies.
Kinda. What it is the company that developed that wants to use the monsters as like.
Now, was it called Scum Labs? Because that's what it's called in the game.
Is it called? You know what?
Yeah.
Let me look it up, because
it's Scum Labs.
Scum Labs in the game. Okay, well maybe. They never called it Scum, but they might have actually used created an acronym to make it do that. Let me. Anyway, yes, it was like they created like a low frequency sonar that would make all the monsters immediately try to get to the top of this tower and destroy the thing to shut off the low frequency like whatever, so that the company could capture them and use them as like biological weapons or whatever.
That's super generic.
Nope. It was owned by a company called Energene.
Wow.
Not Scum Labs.
InGen.
Kind of. Also, they had
spared no
a fourth monster in the very opening of the film. Kind of. They're on a space station, and there's a rat that is unusually sized that blows up the space station.
A rodent of unusual size?
Basically, yeah.
Sounds bad, man.
So listen, I'm going to say on air right here and now, I made a bet that the movie was actually going to be good. I made a $1 bet, and I'm admitting right now on air for everyone to hear, I was wrong. I lost that dollar. I was wrong. You're welcome. You know who you are. But yes, no, it was really bad. The other thing I checked out, we actually all checked this out a little bit before we started recording. I picked up the game Dropmix, which is very cool. It's like a party. It's kind of half party game, half like baby's first DJ program kind of thing, where you have like it's like a board that syncs to your it's Bluetooth that syncs to your phone, and you have a number of different cards that have like the drum beat from one song or the guitar beat from another song or like the vocals from a third, and you play them on the certain mats on the board, and it changes the tempo of the cards and meshes them so that they create like these crazy
weird
remixes.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is it actually works, and it actually sounds kind of cool. Like, we were playing with it a little bit before the show started.
It was goofy.
It was goofy. Yeah. And, I mean, some of the stuff sounds really neat. Some of it's, like, not great.
Some of it's, like, don't put down 5 vocal tracks.
Yeah, no, that becomes kind of a cacophony of just nothing. Also, don't play Evanescence's... God, I can't say the name.
Evanescence? I can't. Okay.
Okay, wow.
Evanescence,
yes. Don't play Evanescence's Bring Me to Life.
Just don't
do it.
even if you're not playing Dropmix,
just don't do it in life.
Play that song.
Yeah, no, but no, Dropmix.
Can't wake up.
Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up. No. Anyway, it is on sale at Toys R Us. If there's one thing you can do to, kind of take advantage of Toys R Us going out of business is go and get this game that was half price. Get it while you can because it's the cheapest you'll ever see it, and it is a cool little piece of technology, and I would suggest picking it up.
Once it's gone, it's probably going to be gone forever because it didn't do that hot.
It didn't do that hot, yeah.
Because Hasbro marketed it real bad.
Yeah, they didn't do a great job with the marketing, but the game itself is very cool, and I would suggest picking it up. Okay,
it's by the not Guitar. Well, they did initially do Guitar Hero, but
yeah, Harmonix did
by
it.
Harmonix, and they always do good stuff.
They do good stuff. Yeah. So we have about 5 minutes here. So does anyone have any other quick?
Last week we went to the My Brother and Me live show.
Oh yeah, how was
Columbus.
that?
It was very, very good.
Pretty
Excellent.
Much what you expect.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure.
It's what you expect. They do an episode of the podcast in front of you.
Oh, very cool.
It was really funny. The crowd was just super amped up.
Oh, I'm sure they were.
Like, I haven't seen a crowd this psyched for something in a long time. They were like super into the show.
Clint introduced him.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we got all three brothers and the dad.
And Daddy.
And somebody in the audience when he came out just yelled, "Daddy!"
Oh my god.
Well, did it have enough of a turnout? Do you think they'll come back?
Oh, they
sold out.
It sold out, so they will definitely come back.
Really? Very cool. And that's like within driving distance for two of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, sure, why not?
I don't know why they weren't in Columbus before.
Yeah.
It would seem like a done
No-brainer.
deal. Yeah.
Kind of a slam dunk, yeah.
Also, Justin gets to go to Kosai, which he apparently loves. Which, I mean, Kosai is pretty great.
It's pretty good. It's a good place.
I haven't been to the new Kosai
We should
since
go.
they first opened.
Yeah,
I
it's
want to
been a
go
very
and
long
see those
time.
new dinosaurs they spent $1 bazillion for.
That would be pretty cool. I'd like to go on one of those Kosai after hours kind of things.
Yeah, the
when,
After Dark ones.
when the children aren't
They're
around.
pretty cool. We went for the game developer mini
Yeah, I remember that.
conference.
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
and it was really cool. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Excellent.
But actually, the episode that they made for the live show is on their feed right now. If you want to hear it,
Okay, cool.
it's a great show, great podcast. We've talked about it a million times
A
before.
million times.
Hey, Cody. So the person who yelled "Daddy" in the crowd, was it you?
No, it wasn't me.
Oh,
It wouldn't have carried that far. We were on the balcony. We actually had good seats though for the balcony. They were really good. We were on the very bottom row of the balcony.
Oh, those are,
so,
that's actually really good seats. Yeah, very cool.
Tickets were a little pricey, but I mean, obviously they can afford to price them that way if they're going to sell out.
Yeah. Right.
And the crowd is great. It's a bunch of doofuses.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
hey Sam. Speaking of internet celebrities who came to Columbus, remember that time we waited at a Wendy's for?
And met Aaron Hansen.
We did not actually meet Aaron Hansen. We were in the presence of Aaron Hansen.
He walked in and stood next to our booth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I could have went to that just to see the madness that ensued.
Oh, it was that was
insane.
insane.
Just
That was
because
pretty
the
crazy.
internet man was at Wendy's.
Yeah. Yeah.
People are weird.
Wearing half a kigurumi. He had like the top half tied around his waist, but he was just wearing the weird pants.
Of course he was. I don't think
Yeah.
he ever wears real clothes.
I don't. He has more money than he knows what to do with. He doesn't need to wear real clothes.
As long as he's not naked in public.
Yeah. Speaking of
Naked in
tangentially,
public?
well, no, tangentially, concerts and Game Grumps folks. I saw that the Ninja Sex Party concert is totally sold out in Cleveland already.
Darn it.
Yeah,
I wanted to go to that.
I went to look at ticket prices the other day, and they are completely sold out.
Oh,
Yeah, so well, that means they'll probably come back again.
yeah.
So
Maybe Columbus.
that would be cool.
Why
Be
do people
less
keep,
of a drive? To
Yeah, why do
Cleveland.
people keep skipping on Columbus?
I don't know.
Especially internet stuff. We love internet stuff here. There's nothing else to do.
We have corn and internet.
Yeah.
Where do you think you find your porn? Oh, you said
I
corn.
said corn,
Oh.
but still.
But like seriously, if you're an internet thing and you're looking for somewhere to do a show, Columbus will probably sell out.
Yeah.
We don't have anything else to do but listen to podcasts and YouTube videos. Like,
Yeah, so just do it. All right, well, hey, we're at the break, so let's go ahead and step aside for a little bit of music, and when we come back, we'll get into a little bit of news. So hey, we're sorry. That was Evanescence's "Bring Me to Life." We're sorry we
Which
played
is
that.
surprisingly not called "Wake Me Up Inside."
It should be called "Wake Me Up" or
Yeah,
"Wake Me Up
Wake Me Up.
Inside."
Wake me up, parentheses inside.
Inside. Yes. So
That's a terrible song, but we talked about it.
so hey, there we
also,
go.
If you like it, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Fun fact: theme song to Daredevil.
Totally fits Daredevil.
It totally fits it.
That song about loss of innocence or virginity,
Something.
It's a dumb song.
It is.
I remember when it was real popular, and they would they played it on like the Blitz and stuff. And I was like, why are you playing this?
It was like that goth kid theme song forever.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway.
Remember that band Flyleaf?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Flyleaf.
I like that one.
That was a good one. I liked her.
Actually,
yeah.
I think they just came out with a new album not that long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's a better band like that with a lady lead singer.
For some reason, I get shades of Flyleaf when I listen to, is it Churches or Churches?
Chiverches? I think
got
it's
the
just
V in
churches.
it.
It's got the
Yeah.
V instead of the U.
I think it's just churches, but I don't know.
That one
I'm too
song with
old. I'm too old.
Chiverches featuring Haley Williams. I'm using the
Haley Williams.
two V's instead of a W.
I like Paramore.
Paramore's all right.
That's
I like it.
A guilty pleasure, I think. I really like Paramore.
I've listened to a few other songs. I've never had a problem with them. They're good.
I like Nightwish.
I don't know who that is.
Nightwish is a Finnish band that has a female.
Oh,
lead
you
singer.
would. Finnish, of course you would.
It's good.
I really loved that last Paramore song, the real big one. The what was it called?
We played it on the show.
Yeah.
Like a year ago, I think.
Yeah, it was like the summer jam of that year.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah. Well, while you're looking that up, we'll go ahead and get into a little bit of news. Where do we want to start with this? Do we want to start with the big stuff, or do we want to kind of ease our way into it?
Let's ease our way.
Into it. Okay, here's something that we can get kind of mad about. So, you know that awful show Gotham, the bad show about Batman without Batman in it? You know that show, right? The bad one? Yes, that's the song.
It was Hard Times.
Hard Times, that's it. Okay.
That's what
There
we
we
should
go.
have played.
We should have played that one, but we didn't. We played Evanescence. And everyone is sad for it. Anyway, Gotham is a bad show, and apparently they are ordering a spin-off of the show called Pennyworth, The Further Adventures of Alfred the Butler.
Do you think maybe it'll take place like when he was younger and like a secret agent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely what it's going to be about.
Or it'll take place while Bruce is away learning about fighting and stuff.
And detective work?
Yeah.
So Alfred's just going to be living in the mansion by
Yeah,
himself,
dusting,
just hanging
dusting
out.
stuff.
Cooking lobster thermidor for no one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sliding
No.
through the Bat Cave and nothing but a shirt and socks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to do that. That's some risky business.
Yeah. Risky batness.
Yeah. He slides in and all these bats come in. It's like, oh, God! This was a bad idea.
A bat
It's a
idea.
bad idea.
No, yeah, so it's definitely going to be about him as a secret agent during like World War II or whatever
Whatever.
time frame they decide to, age him up to.
Maybe they'll pull a Wonder Woman and you think it'll be World War II, but it's World War One.
Yeah.
It might as well been
just
World War
make
II, though.
Alfred just ancient, just super ancient old.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have
his dad had a big blue box.
yeah, the Doctor Who.
Yes.
Doctor Who 3. The third one.
The
Yes.
third Doctor.
Yes.
What's his name? Nigel Cuddlesman?
No. God, wow.
Nigel Doctor Who.
Jesus. You're just going to throw British names all over the
Troughton.
place.
Patrick Troughton.
Troughton,
Was the third
yeah.
Doctor.
No, Patrick Troughton was the second
Second
one.
Doctor. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Well, who the heck's the third Doctor?
Peregrine?
Peter Pettigrew.
No.
From the Harry Potter
No.
series.
Lord Huffington
Fart nozzle?
Chester Fryer.
Chester Fart Nozzle.
Benedict Cumberbatch. John Pertwee.
John Pertwee. That's it.
Petrie from the Land Before Time.
Yep. All right, that's Ducky. Petrie was the pterodactyl.
That reference is completely lost on me.
You never watched Land Before Time?
Not a single one. Not even once.
Wow.
Fun fact, the little girl who voiced Ducky in that was murdered by her father.
She was, and that's incredibly sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Not great.
Now we can do it. No, I haven't seen that on Land Before Time, and it's you.
The Sam edition.
Yeah.
You know what? I've made it 31 years of my life without seeing a single frame of Land Before Time. I'd like to leave it that way.
You should have. You had to have seen at least an image.
I can tell you that there's dinosaurs in it, and they look like Don Bluth characters. That's the most I can tell you about that.
I think it was
movie.
made by Don Bluth.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Because I know animation, but I don't care about Land Before Time.
But Tree Stars.
I don't care.
There's at least 12 sequels.
There are so many other good dinosaur things. Why do I need to watch the
No, it's a good movie. The first one's good.
The first one's a great movie.
Yeah, the first
All the
one's
other ones
really
are garbage.
I will fight you.
Yeah.
Man, I will tie you to a chair
Yeah,
and make
you
watch
missed out.
I missed
Did
I really?
Yes.
What about They're Back, a dinosaur story?
That one's the garbage.
That one's great. Are you kidding? They talk
They're back, and it's
And
a
they're
dinosaur story.
and they're dinosaurs.
And you photoshopped my face on Rex.
I did. It was great.
No, Land Before Time is the best animated dinosaur movie there is. The first one.
You know, I'd love to argue with that, but I can't think of any other dinosaur animated movies off the top of my head.
Theodore Rex?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Guys, Theodore Rex is live action, and it is a masterpiece of a cacophony of garbage.
Oh,
It is
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, it is just the absolute worst. Have you seen Theodore Rex
Yes.
ever? Yes, it's
No.
They opened the door.
Walk the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Get on the floor.
Yeah.
No, that was for the Mario movie.
That was for the Mario movie. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure it's in Theodore Rex as well.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
They came out kind of close-ish
Is
to
that
each other.
song a curse for a movie? If you have that song in your movie, it's bad. It's gonna make your movie bad.
I've never had a good time while walking the dinosaur, so
It's a great song.
it's a good song, but it always seems to be followed by tragedy.
Anyway,
I think we're done talking about Gotham. Let's talk about something else.
Let's talk about another thing that doesn't suck. Do we have any news that doesn't? We have news that initially sucked, but then was fixed.
Sure, let's hear it.
Yeah, Fox canceled Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Boo.
Yuck. But then NBC picked it up the very next day thanks to fan outcry and people throwing Twitter fits, which...
Also, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is fantastic.
Yeah, this
Yay.
is Twitter being used for good.
Yeah, it's crazy that what was it? 6 hours after Brooklyn Nine-Nine had been officially canceled, they had offers from Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, NBC, there was TBS. There was they got offers from everybody.
It's that good of a show. I have no idea why Fox would cancel it.
Because they're Fox.
Yeah.
They don't know how to promote it or anything.
Well, that and Disney's buying them, and that was the show that they didn't own.
Yeah.
I think they just pitched all the shows they didn't own.
Yeah.
Didn't they cancel some other good stuff too?
Yes, they canceled The Mick, which is an extremely underrated, very good show.
The Mick was pretty good.
Nobody-
A couple episodes I've seen of it.
Nobody talks about it, and they should have because it was really good.
Also, didn't Sci-Fi cancel The Expanse?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Which I heard was good.
Yeah. And they also canceled Last Man on Earth, which is a fantastic show.
But he really wasn't the last man on Earth.
No, he wasn't. But that would have been not a good show.
You know, I have a love-hate relationship with The Last Man on Earth. I like the show in concept and execution, but I'm not a Will Forte guy.
Really? I love Will Forte.
There's something about him that I don't know. I don't know what it is.
He does
Discount Will Ferrell?
Not even that.
I
It's just
don't think-
something. I don't think he's a discount Will
he
Ferrell.
does weird. He's weird.
He's weird.
He plays a weird guy. And
He's weird, but I usually like weird characters. But something about Will Forte just, I don't know. It just doesn't click with me. I don't know. It's very weird.
Anyway, the 9-9 lives.
Yeah.
Yes, and that is good. Good things can happen in this world. We're not in the completely worst timeline.
Darkest timeline?
Yeah.
And NBC is smart enough to to not do any meddling by jumping networks or whatever. They're just gonna go, okay, just keep making
going.
them.
Make 13 more. They ordered 13 more episodes.
That's awesome. super good.
It can play next to The Good Place, and they could have the Michael Schur comedy hour.
They could. That's it.
Which why not? He's a fantastic showrunner guy.
So speaking of ordering episodes,
Yeah.
Adult Swim has ordered 70 more episodes of Rick and Morty.
That's a lot.
That is
a lot of episodes.
That's like 7 more seasons.
That's
Yeah.
too many.
I can't. Yeah, for one.
I could be very wrong, but I could see where this would go good for the show. I could see where it could allow them to have like a big, long, overarching
Sure.
thing.
Yeah.
Give them time to plan it out and make sure it's good instead of wondering if they're going to get more episodes so it gets finished. I could be very, very wrong.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I mean, it's weird though
I'm
because
trying
like
to look on the bright side.
because the last season they cut episodes and stuff.
It seemed like they went through hell just to make that last season.
Yeah.
So like 70 episodes is a lot. And also I think that last season as a net whole damaged the world that we live in.
Listen, if they came after season 1 and said they ordered 70 more episodes, I would be stoked.
Yeah.
But where the series is at now, I mean, I want to be hopeful. Samantha, you made an excellent point. Like, and maybe that's all they need is enough
Like a
breathing
safety
room,
net.
a safety,
Yeah.
safety net or like breathing room or whatever.
They don't have to be as worried that they have to make absolutely perfect like number 1 episodes every time because they've got a whole bank of 70.
But along the same lines, that could lead to complacency over, they could go, well, just fart this one out because we got 69 more of them. That could be nice.
Nice.
Nice. They could how many of those do you think will be interdimensional cable episodes?
Oh,
7.
at least one every 10 episodes.
That's what I said. 7.
7 of them, yeah.
They'll never recapture the
Never.
ridiculousness
So
of the
many.
first one.
Well, yeah, that first season is literally the best thing ever.
Yeah, it's like one of the best first seasons of any show ever.
Yeah. And again, if they had gotten 70 more episodes based on that season alone, great. But season 2
Now-
and 3, I don't like, and but then again, I think maybe some of my kind of hesitance towards this is based on the fan
Oh, yeah, the
community
fans are terrible.
surrounding
Now-
Rick and Morty.
Now, I was talking about this the other day with Samantha, or maybe just talking at Samantha about this the other day. I don't get where people think this is some sort of smart show for geniuses.
It's not.
It's not. It's anyone with a lukewarm intelligence will enjoy it.
And a really sick sense of humor.
Yeah, like it's not some kind of genius show, and I don't understand where that came from. Like it was a smart people show. It's not.
It's because the lead character is everything that kind of quiet, kind of nerdy, hyper.
Incels.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Like that's what they aspire to be. That's what they see themselves
I'm too
as.
smart for everyone else in the room.
No one understands me because I'm the smartest man in the room, and I know I'm the smartest man in the room. And
Yeah.
like I've made the comparison before, I think, and I'm going to say it again. Every major Rick and Morty fan thinks they're a Rick when they're actually a Jerry,
Yeah.
where they're just the doofus. But
Yeah, when you're like rolling around on the floor of McDonald's screaming Pickle Rick like an idiot.
Yeah.
that was the worst.
It really was.
That
Now, here's my thing. Yes, Adult Swim ordered 70 episodes. They could very possibly not even make all 70 episodes. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
Something could happen. Yeah.
something could happen.
Or they could just reach a point where the show could just naturally ends. Like they've reached the conclusion they were going for.
Yeah.
Or I think the episodes will get made, but will Dan Harmon still be there the whole time? Will Roiland be there the whole time? Like,
Well, Roiland
Well,
almost
he
has
has
to
to.
be.
Yeah.
Although unless they find a voice replacement, like they did with Brian for Family Guy. Seth MacFarlane only shows up about half the time on those things. He's not on the writer's room anymore. I think he just comes in and does Brian every once in a while, and
Yeah.
that's it. But even at that, they have a
well,
replacement
like
sometimes.
Clarence, that show Clarence, they fired the guy that created it and voiced Clarence because he was a creep.
Yeah.
But
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they replaced him with somebody else, and it was fine. You couldn't even tell.
Yeah. But I guess I'm a little hesitant to when you say they're giving you 70 episodes and go, given where the franchise is at now, I guess I'm just a little hesitant to go, woohoo,
Yeah.
best news in the world.
But it's for smart geniuses.
Smart geniuses who are
Because-
smarter than you, and
yeah.
smarter than me, and smarter than everyone
No,
else.
you want a show that was
apparently.
like legitimately for smart geniuses? Futurama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of like math and science jokes in there.
Mhm.
It was
And it's like any like math equation you see like in the background is a real math equation.
It's yeah. Oh, they did their research on it. Like that was a good
One of the writers is an actual mathematician. Anyway, that's just that.
yeah. Well, that is a legitimately smart show. Rick and Morty is like Family Guy with a scientist.
That's exactly it.
Not
Yeah.
it's not as bad as Family
They're
Guy. I
they,
mean,
they are cutaway gags away from being Family Guy with Doc Brown,
yeah,
drunk Doc Brown.
Grumpy Doc Brown.
Yeah.
Like the only thing smart about it that I can see is it has multiple universe theory, which that's not that difficult to wrap your head
It's
around.
not. It's really not. Like
I know Tales from the Citadel is one of my favorite episodes though.
I haven't watched that one. I need to watch the rest of season 3, but it's just hard to get excited about it.
sure.
Let's see here.
All right. So hey, let's go ahead and blow through a couple of these really
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
ones.
Let's do another Adult Swim one.
Sure.
Harvey Birdman's coming back.
So good.
I love the series. Harvey Birdman's fantastic,
Mhm.
especially if you like old cartoons as much as I do.
And how they mess with them.
Yeah, but it's coming back for a half-hour special where Phil Sebin becomes the president of the United States, and he
Appoints.
appoints Harvey Birdman as the Attorney General. Thank you, I couldn't think of the word.
Oh, it's so great.
Hey Cody. Did you get that thing I sent you? That's a Harvey Birdman reference.
Yeah.
kids.
Oh yeah, yeah. But no, I loved all 3 seasons of Harvey Birdman.
4.
Oh, you're right. It was 4.
I was just looking it up. So.
Yeah, yeah, you're
It's
absolutely
4.
right. Yep.
So
But,
good.
Oh man.
It was like from that era of like Space Ghost and stuff where
Aqua
Adult Swim,
Teen.
Yeah,
where
and
Adult
Aqua Teen.
Swim was
Mhm.
like on fire.
Oh, they were on point with it. And some of the voice actors they got on that show, it was
Oh yeah,
outstanding
definitely
as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it was almost all of them were like just on the verge of blowing up.
Yeah, like
Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert. Well, Gary Cole was Birdman, and like he went on and he's been he was in Office Space. He was Lumbergh, but like he went on a real tear of voice actors there
Yeah.
for the longest time.
And he's coming back for He's going to be Harvey.
I think
again.
all the everybody's coming back for
Everybody's
it.
coming back, even Stephen Colbert.
Mhm. Well, because it's one episode.
Yeah.
They'll just knock it out in one afternoon or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But still, like, I'm in. This is great
I'm
news.
super stoked. It just came out of nowhere, and I'm like, well, this immensely brightens my day, maybe week.
Yeah, it actually makes me want to go back and
Rewatch them.
the old
Yeah.
episodes. I
It's-
have all the DVDs. I'll have to dust them off or something because they're just that good.
And the video game is good.
Yeah.
There was a Phoenix Wright style, actually exactly Phoenix Wright because it was made by Capcom.
remember playing it.
Yeah, it was very good.
hmm
I didn't even know there was a game.
I got it back when GameStop had a used game policy where you could return it within a couple days. I bought it there, played through it in a couple days because it's not very long, and then took it back.
Yeah, yeah.
You game flight it for GameStop.
Yeah, basically. It was when I was in college and I didn't have the money to be thrown around, so I'm like, well, if I can get my $6 back, I will.
Yeah, sure. I mean, why not?
But I kind of wish I still had it though, because then I could play through it again because it was a really good game.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so hey, here's one that's kind of games related, but it's actually kind of a neat technology thing as well. Xbox is releasing an adaptive controller for folks with limited mobility and special needs.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched a preview trailer of this thing, and it looks really cool.
It's really cool. It's fully customizable, so you can set up the buttons and sticks and however is easiest for you to use.
Mhm. And it looks like it has a bunch of custom ports in the back that plug into basically larger sized buttons or like one of the I don't know the specific like name for it, but it's like almost like an air tube kind of. You know how people
Yeah.
who have like 90% paralysis or whatever
Power their wheelchairs.
power their
Yeah.
wheelchairs using their mouth with air power or whatever. one of those tubes. There's a larger size joypads. There's assist mode where you can actually pair a regular
Xbox
controller,
controller.
and player 2 could basically assist with a gameplay. Foot pedal pads, you name it. Like,
Big old joysticks.
yeah, I think watching the trailer, it was phenomenal. And to kind of pull back the curtain a little bit, I at one point in my life worked in the special needs field
For a long
time, and this thing is not just for gaming, which, I mean, it's going to be for gaming, and that's great, but like, just to be able for people who are aren't able to control things in traditional conventional means, like being able to access Netflix, being able to like access, I mean, what's the not Oculus, the camera,
Kinect.
the Kinect, that tethered with, in conjunction with like Kinect controls and stuff, like being able to do, what we take is like really simple things like changing the channel on a television or whatever, or connecting online and doing this, that, or the other. Being able to use a controller like this is like a phenomenal step forward. The only thing that makes me a little, not hesitant, but it just makes me wonder, why wasn't this developed sooner?
I know video games have gone on so long being continually like not very accessible.
Why is it taking them this long to come up with something like that?
Like with video games, you're lucky if they put in a colorblind mode.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous how non-accessible they've been about this all these years.
Yeah. But this is a definite step in the right direction. And I can see Sony, and eventually probably a year and a half down the road, because that's how Nintendo operates.
After everybody else has already done it.
I can see the other major game companies developing something very similar to this, or a company like Hori, the third party, come up with a bunch of crazy peripherals for this thing, and I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, this is a really cool thing that they're doing. Good on Microsoft for.
Yeah.
Unless they cancel it before it's done.
Well,
like they like to do.
Yeah.
The only thing
I'm still mad about Scalebound.
the more thing I'd be more worried about, other than the canceling, is how much is this thing going to be? How much are the attachments going to be?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I would imagine it's probably going to be a little expensive.
Well,
however, I would also see that they could maybe like do scholarship incentives for purchasing those sort of things. A lot of times, folks with special needs, given the access to avenues for those sort of things, do get discounts or do get scholarships.
Yeah.
Towards
And it does look like it's designed to work with stuff they might already have.
That's true. That as well. Yeah. So no, the good on Microsoft. This is like wonderful stuff. Anyway, we have time for one more news article. So pick your poison. We got a list.
Oh, geez.
Geez, Rick.
Yeah. There's been some Pokemon rumors.
Pokemon, always
flying
good.
Around.
Yeah, gotta catch them all.
Man, we didn't get to the Nintendo Switch Online stuff again. But oh well.
Well, you know what? The next time we have a little bit more news on it, we'll cover it. Yeah. So let's do the Pokemans.
A name leaked for new Pokemon games.
Okay.
Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
Okay.
Apparently for the Switch, nobody really knows. Maybe the Switch? I thought it was definitely the Switch.
I think it's all still just conjecture and rumor right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But
all we know is they registered domains.
Yeah, they did register domain names for these titles, so that kind of makes it more real, but not necessarily, because they've in the past also registered stuff like Pokemon Gray, which is not a thing.
No.
So, like, it adds more credence to the rumor, but not necessarily makes it true.
Yeah, I don't see this as a mainline Pokemon game.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
No.
More like a
Hey You Pikachu.
Like Hey Pikachu, or a Pokemon Snap level of thing.
I'd take Pokemon Snap. I'd take a Pokemon Snap too.
Oh yeah, I love Pokemon Snap.
It's a great game.
It sounds like it would definitely connect to Pokemon Go in some way.
I would hope so.
With that Pokemon Let's Go, like, it'd probably have something to do with Pokemon Go.
I would hope so.
In some way or another.
The only thing I'm thinking is, what if this is like Nintendogs but Pokemon for the Switch?
That's a cute idea.
It's a cute idea. It's
really
not the
cute
Pokemon
idea.
game I want on the Switch, but it's a neat idea.
I don't know if I would buy it.
No, God no.
I bought Nintendogs once and I was like, wow, this is not a game for me, it turns out.
Yeah, it's like all of the, work of owning a pet, but not like actually owning a pet.
Yeah. I could see how it would be fun for
A small
kids.
child.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is not. It's like Labo. It's just not for me, and that's
Yeah,
okay.
and that's okay. But I mean, I'm always in for more Pokemon. I'm interested in seeing where it goes. But yeah, this is not the Pokemon. This seems like a stopgap to where next
a lot
game's
of
going to
people
go.
have said that maybe it's like a Pokemon Yellow type of thing, where it focuses a lot on having a Pokemon follow you around, and that could be Pikachu or Eevee.
Okay, I mean that's cool.
Those
Those were
the mascots of the franchise.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it'll be a regular RPG, but instead of having 3 new starters, you either choose Pikachu or Eevee based on the game that you buy.
Well, I guess that is kind of like Yellow, because you ended up with the Pikachu and your rival ends up with an Eevee. So
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of...
And another thing that backs up this rumor is that the producer of Sun and Moon, who I forget what his name is, on Twitter has been posting a lot of pictures that involve Pikachu and Eevee together.
Oh, I mean, cool. That's...
Which is it's a little telling that there's something going on with Pikachu and Eevee.
And that's fine. That's great. I just want my mainline RPG Pokemon on the Switch.
Yeah.
Just, I gotta have it.
Which this could be, we don't know, but
It
it
could
doesn't
be,
sound
but-
like it.
It doesn't have the proper title.
It's a sequel to Pokemon Dash
Yeah, there we
for
go.
the Switch.
Yep, that's it. All right.
Everybody's favorite Pokemon game.
Yeah, everybody's. You know it. All right, well, hey, we've reached the end of the show, so let's go ahead and wrap things up. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can also find us on most forms of social media: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram at Nerd Overload Now.
You can email us at staff@nerdoverload.com.
You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nerd Overload TV.
That's right, and we're also on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play,
Spotify.
Spotify. We're on Spotify now, so that's pretty great.
We have a new Gregor account.
Gregor, yes, I like that. We should...
So look us up on Gregor.
Okay, cool.
So it's a real service called Gregor.
Totally real, 100% real service. No, if there's anywhere you can find a podcast, you could probably find this podcast. So check us out over there. And again, thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week.
Peeps out.